DEI. It's a buzzword and a hot topic that's all the rage these days. And as we all know, consultants love to follow buzzwords and hot topics. DEI consultants are everywhere these days. And if this is a subject that you're passionate about, then this is a viable career path for you. Today, we'll cover what DEI consultants do, 2 paths for you to become one, and how to build your profile to successfully break in. Before we get going, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, liked and left a review, go ahead and do that now. We really appreciate you helping more people find management consulted content. It may sound simple, but let's first align on definitions. What is a DEI consultant and what do they do? At a high level, a DEI consultant is committed to promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion within organizations. How? DEI consultants help orgs build inclusive cultures, bridge gaps and inequalities that may exist within a particular organizational structure, support the implementation of DEI best practices, conduct assessments of workplace diversity, and finally, evaluate and measure progress. If this sounds like work that's exciting and interesting to you, how do you become a DEI consultant? In short, there are really only 2 pathways for you to break in. The first, work for an established employer. This can be a consulting firm that has a DEI practice area within its service lines, or can be an employer, for example, Bank of America, that has a DEI function inside of its organization. Second, you can launch your own independent DEI consulting practice. If you're passionate about building a business that's true and reflective to who you are and want to export those values to organizations around the world, starting your own practice may be the way to go. Have questions around how to launch a consulting practice? Reach out to us at team@managementconsulted.com through the link in the show notes. We can help through personalized one-on-one business coaching. Now that we've defined what DEI consultants do and the pathways for you to break in, let's talk about how to build your profile. And there are 4 elements to any successful profile, not just for DEI consulting, but for consulting in general. The first is your educational background. Ideally, you'll have a degree from a relevant field of study. This can be social sciences, psychology, business, HR, or a related field. However, it's not just enough for you to have the relevant degree. You must have a track record of top performance that goes along with the degree. So in your resume, make sure you're highlighting top scores like GPAs, SATs, GMATs, etc. Talk to me about the leadership ability you displayed while you were on campus, how you led clubs, spearheaded initiatives, and advanced an understanding of DEI on your campus or in your workplace. Second, let's talk about some of the relevant skills that you will need to have to become a successful consultant, whether in the DEI space or otherwise. First, analytical problem solving. Even in a field such as DEI, which may seem very qualitative, you must be able to measure performance and outcomes back to certain KPIs. At the end of the day, when you're working with organizations, it's important for you to draw the connection between the work you're doing and their bottom line. This cannot be done just qualitatively. Second, you must be an excellent communicator. Specifically, when you're working in the space of DEI consulting, your job is to bring multiple stakeholders together and focus them towards a common goal and understanding. Without the ability to clearly and effectively communicate to different groups of stakeholders and tell a consistent story, you're not going to be successful as a DEI consultant. Third, you must bring a level of structure and logical problem-solving ability to the table that gives people confidence in the process that you're using. As a consultant, your process is everything. I have no other choice but to believe the solution that the process led to. Third, craft a kick-ass resume. Make sure that your resume is 1 page long and 1 page only. This resume should have 3 to 4 sections. Think education, think professional experience, think leadership, and think a personal section. Inside of each section, your job is to tell me and show me that you've been a top performer everywhere that you've ever been. Here's a few ways that you can do that. First, focus each bullet point on the outcomes of your work, not just the activity of your work. Your resume should not just read like a glorified job description. It should very, very clearly tell a narrative story about how you've excelled and driven real impact everywhere that you've been. Why one page? Well, if your resume is longer than a page, you show me that you don't know how to prioritize. Is your resume shorter than a page? You show me that you haven't got the relevant work experience that I'm looking for. So make sure that you're keeping your resume to exactly one page. On top of showcasing the impact that you've driven in the different areas of work that you've done, if you're pursuing a DEI consultant role, then your resume should showcase an interest and affinity for DEI work. Show me inside of the leadership roles that you've held, either on campus or in community organizations, that you're committed to advancing an understanding of DEI in your spheres of influence. In summary, the job of your resume is to show me that you have the skills, experience, and leadership I'm looking for as I'm looking to fill a DEI consultant role. Finally, networking. Networking is critical to the success of your job search as you're pursuing a DEI consultant role. First, identify the level inside of an organization that you'll fit in at. Are you going to be a junior consultant? Are you going to be a senior consultant? Are you going to fit in at the analyst level? Networking is the way that you identify where inside of a particular organization you fit. Pro tip, there's usually only one role that you're a good fit for. Networking is the way that you identify what that role and what that level is. Second, networking is the only credible way that you show me that you understand the culture and the way that I work inside of my organization. You can watch YouTube videos till you're blue in the face. You can read all the books in the world. They're helpful. But at the end of the day, you will only really understand the culture of an organization or an office when you talk to the people that work there. Networking shows me that you've made that commitment ahead of time and that you know what you're getting into before you apply. Finally, networking is, of course, a great way for your resume and your application to rise to the top of the pile. DEI consultant roles are competitive. The best way for you to stand out is to pair an amazing resume with a referral. Networking allows you to gain that referral and opens the door to an interview invite. Perhaps this episode is the first time you've ever heard of DEI consulting. Perhaps you've always wondered if this was a career path you could pursue. Well, now you know the answer is yes. If you're interested in becoming a DEI consultant, whether that's in established consulting firms, Fortune 500 companies, or if you're interested in launching your own consulting practice, reach out to our team at Management Consulted. We'd love to help you craft a resume, a networking plan, and an interview prep plan to help make this dream role a reality.